What is the most desirable situation for a hospital for the insane? The establishment should be situated then under a mild sky in an agreeable, fertile and sufficiently dry part of the country where the surrounding scenery, diversified with mountains, valleys and plains, is calculated to enliven the spirits of the beholder and invite him to wander and explore its beauties. The patients are thus not so easily reminded every moment of their incarceration and, through it, of their other miseries.
When you're suffering from depression and everything looks very dark and everything, it's very difficult to see it as a beautiful landscape. Really and truly, it's like, the main thing was it was just so far off the beaten track to try and escape. In fact, I've actually had an experience of all the different psychiatric hospitals plus care in the community. First experience of going into hospital was in 1983. I think for about 11 years I was in and out of Barrow. I think I expected to go in there and expected everything would just be okay, because I wasn't psychotic or anything like that. Because to me, even now, I still think of it as a prison, because my experiences with it there were quite traumatic. So I was actually quite glad that they shut down that prison. August 2006, I went to Callington Road for 2 weeks, and I was a bit curious as to what it would be like, if it would have been any different. It's actually very clever, although it's actually in the middle of a town, because it does actually just look like an house in a set date. They've actually managed to blend it into the community. You wouldn't guess it was a hospital. Everyone had their own individual rooms with ensuite showers and things like that. Yeah, in another way, it was more isolating. There was a class system in mental health. I'm a person who will question medication, and people who have more knowledge, they too seems to have more time for them. I've seen a psychologist for 5 years, which I think is quite unusual, especially coming from a black ethnic race and whatever it is. I do feel if I didn't have the knowledge, if I wasn't able to communicate, I would not have had that service, and a lot of people don't get that service.
It is doubtless much more conducive to health, as we all know, to live in the pure air of the country than in the poisoned air of towns. But can we always?